8 minutes to 12. Back in January, we told you about a new football league, which you can only enter if your body mass index or BMI is over 30, basically if you're obese. The six-a-side man versus fat league has been funded by Solihull Council, part funded, and after 14 weeks, the final round of matches takes place tonight. Andrew Shanahan's the man behind it. So generally, how's it gone? It was, I think I spoke to you a couple of months ago and it seemed a brilliant idea. What success have you had?
Good morning, Adrian.
Hi, Andrew.
It's been fantastic. It's been genuinely a real privilege to work with the guys on the scheme, and I'm thrilled to say that they've lost just under £1,800 between them.
Okay, I mean that's you need to sort of measure that much on a sort of weigh bridge, don't you? Do you take them all down there and weigh them afterwards as a team?
No, fortunately we can do it individually and then add it up. But it works out as around about two stones per person on the league. And, I mean, the really fantastic thing from our point of view is that we've got 93% of the guys on the scheme who've lost weight, which is an unbelievable result. And, you know, one of the things that the benchmarks that we use for these sorts of weight management schemes is to look at what sort of people, at what percentage are approaching 5% of their body weight, so losing 5% of their body weight. And we've got 63% on the Solihull scheme, which again is testament to how much work these guys have put in and how the scheme works.
And how many of them could not now be considered for entry into the new league when you do this again, who've become just too light?
There's a good number of them who've dropped from BMI of well over 30 to actually the healthy range, which again, I mean, superlatives fail you. It's really amazing stuff. And we know that for a lot of the guys, it's not just the weight that they've lost, but it's the improvement in the health that they've seen as well. So we've got guys who, sleep apnea has disappeared, guys whose blood pressure has come back under control, and also, just the general niggles and pains that you get with being obese from, ankle pain, knee pain, that sort of thing. And these guys are really getting freed from all of that.
But you don't lose that kind of weight just by playing football once or twice a week. I mean, there's more to it than that, isn't there?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, if this scheme was just about organising guys who are BMI 30 plus into a football league, then it just wouldn't work. We've put a lot of work into supporting them, into making sure that there's that they've got the right sort of information, that they've got that they're able to peer support each other. So we do a lot of work online. We do a lot of work in the sessions that from on the Mondays when we meet up, and it's really a combination of all of those things that enable it to be as successful as it has been.
It's kind of less about how much you move than how much you eat in a lot of occasions. I ran 4 marathons at 18 stone, but you end up running to eat and eating to run. It doesn't. You need to reduce your intake, don't you?
Absolutely, it's been said before, and it's never been true that you can't outrun a bad diet. It's primarily about addressing some of the issues that guys maybe had around weight, around the sorts of foods that they were eating, around portion size. So we've done a lot of work on that. We've looked at, what sort of foods they were eating. And also it's addressing, I think, for most of the guys listening, if they're overweight, the chances are they'll be able to understand exactly what's causing them to be overweight. It's not often a complete mystery.
Yeah.
And really, once we've identified those sorts of issues that are affecting them, it's about how do we change that? How do we, support them to address things like, maybe binge drinking at the weekend, maybe, difficulties around snacking. These are all sorts of very common things that affect a lot of guys, and they're things that we can do something about. So, I would urge any listeners who are considering doing something about their weight, then to have a look at manvfat.com and see how we can support them.
Okay. Ben Gallen, how did you do on this? What weight were you when you started, Ben?
I started, my official weight was 15 stone 7, but I'd lost a few pounds before starting.
And how tall are you?
I'm 5'10".
Okay, well, okay. So there must have been larger footballers than you there.
Oh, correct. Yeah. Some of the lads were a lot bigger. I'd recently had reconstructive knee surgery and was really struggling. The weight was really making every day hard.
So did you have a bit of a belly on you?
I carry my weight all over my body, so I think I'd got away with it for a few years, with it being quite deceptive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you've lost an awful lot, though, haven't you?
I'm now at 11 stone 9 this morning when I weighed in.
How long were these matches you were playing in? Your Opta figures must have been absolutely through the roof.
Yeah, well, I actually did track my kilometres with a reader and managed to go from doing 1.5, 2 kilometres a game at the start to doing over 4 kilometres near the end.
And you must have taken this into the rest of your life to lose that much weight. So what did you do to your diet?
I put myself on a calorie counting diet. I found that's what worked for me. After looking at the options shown to me by Andrew and his team, so I was very strict with myself. I mean, possibly a bit too strict at times, but it worked, so I stuck with it.
And did you find you were getting less hungry?
I can honestly say at no point did I feel any form of hunger. I choose to use my calories wisely. I eat things that are very low in calories, such as my fruit and vegetables, that get me good weight per calorie.
And is there any chance that you can put this weight back on, or is that you now? I
think it's got me sorted for life. It's put me in so many good habits. It's got rid of all the excuses I used to make. And I think the resources available really have shown me a good path, to be honest.
And what about your skills with the ball?
Oh, they've got a lot better. I used to play a lot of football when I was younger and gave it up because of my weight, and now all of a sudden I'm finding I'm getting back to my old self.
Oh, so the old magic's still there, Ben?
I hope so. Some of the other lads might not agree, but I hope so.
Okay, well, congratulations to you, Ben. Well done.
Thank you.
Andrew, this obviously has potential to be rolled out. You know, there's not a town in the country that couldn't do with a scheme like this.
Absolutely, that's what we think emphatically, and we're very proud that we've now got 2 leagues that are available for guys in Birmingham. So again, if they want to register, then they can just head to manvfat.com. And also we've just got a scheme that's launching in Somerset as well. So there's a league that's going to open in Bridgewater. So if guys listening down there want to join up, then that's another free scheme that we'll be able to do. And we're also looking at rolling this out on a much, much wider scale later this year to reach the 20 million guys who are overweight and obese in the UK.
Good luck with that. Thanks very much indeed. Andrew Shanahan from the Man vs Fat Football League. Coming up in the next hour, migration, the latest battle for